Tom, did you get my message about the appointment time?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Can you still leave work early as planned? The doctor's appointment is at 2 p.m. Don't be late.
Sorry, I won't be able to make it to the hospital with you.
What? We've had this scheduled for weeks. Is work not finished?
Well, I could probably finish the work, but Mom just called. She says she's feeling sick and wants me to come over after I finish up here.
Your mom? Wasn't she sick last week too? What's wrong with her this time?
Last week it was a cold that made her asthma worse. This time she says she's anemic and having bad dizzy spells. I should go check on her in case she collapses and hurts herself.
And she's alone right now?
Yeah, she says she can barely get out of bed.
Your mom was sick the week before last too. If something's wrong, she should really see a doctor properly. You've been going back to your mom's place so often lately. I've been alone a lot these past few weeks.
I know you must be feeling frustrated and lonely.
I am. These appointments are important for the both of us.
I know, but please try to understand. I get that you want me nearby because you're almost due, but Mom's always been sickly. She has various chronic conditions and gets ill easily.
Has your mom always been sickly?
No.
It started after we got married, didn't it? When she began getting sick all the time?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Must be because she's getting older. Aging is scary.
Have you suggested she see a specialist? These symptoms seem concerning.
She says she doesn't trust doctors much.
That's convenient. I see. Well, I guess I'm going to today's checkup alone then. We're so close to the due date. I really wanted you to hear what the doctor has to say.
Maybe I can try to make it after checking on Mom?
The appointment won't last that long.
I was planning to prioritize the hospital visit, but when I called her just now, Mom sounded really unwell. I can't just leave her suffering alone.
I understand.
I'm really sorry.
Can't be helped if she's sick. The baby and I are pretty healthy anyway. I'll go by myself. Tell your mom I hope she feels better.
Are you angry?
No, I'm not. I fell in love with your kindness after all. Give your mom my regards.
You're always so understanding.
Well, someone has to be.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Just focus on your mom.
Thanks. I hope Mom gets better soon. With the baby coming, I want her to be healthy enough to play with her grandchild.
Yeah, if she's really sick, there's nothing we can do about it.
I'll make it up to you, I promise.
Just try to make it to the next appointment, okay?
I will. Text me how it goes.
Of course, I always do. Sarah, are you feeling any better? Tom was worried. Oh, you're messaging to check on me? Yes, well, I heard you weren't feeling well. How are you doing? I started feeling better as soon as I saw Tom's face. Lucy, you had your checkup today, right? Sorry for getting in the way. Everything went fine. The doctor had some things to discuss, though. Oh, nothing serious, I hope. Nothing Tom needed to hear, apparently. You sound upset. Don't worry about it. Everything was normal. But Sarah, you've been getting sick quite frequently lately. Must be rough. Yes, well, as you know, I've always been fragile. That's why Tom's always so worried and comes to check on me. He's such a thoughtful son. Fragile? That's an interesting way to put it. What do you mean by that? You have quite a few chronic conditions, don't you? Like the anemia this time? Actually, I have chronic anemia. Really? First time I'm hearing about that. There's a lot you don't know about me. Clearly. I've got problems with my lungs, digestive system, all sorts of things. I hate making Tom worry so much. And yet you keep calling him over. Because I need him. He understands that. I had no idea you had so many health issues. Whenever I see you, you look pretty energetic. Your complexion is good and your skin looks healthy. Oh, that's just makeup doing its job. Though people do tell me I have nice skin for my age. Must be all that rest you get. Are you implying something? But isn't it strange how you only started getting sick so often after we got married? Did something happen to suddenly make you so fragile? Well, maybe it's because my son got married and moved out. Loneliness can weaken your immune system, you know. So it's my fault then, huh? Well, maybe it is. Just kidding, of course. That's quite a joke. You're being very defensive today. I get what you mean, but honestly, I'm the one struggling here. It's becoming a problem when you keep calling him over so frequently. What else can I do? I'm sick. It's scary being alone when you're bedridden. Are you really sick? What exactly are you implying? Nothing. If you're really sick, that's fine. I just think the word fragile doesn't quite fit you somehow. That's quite a harsh way of putting it. Are you suggesting I'm faking my illnesses? Those are your words, not mine. You're being very disrespectful to your mother-in-law. I didn't say that. I just want to mention that with the baby coming, things are going to get hectic, and it would really help if you could stop calling Tom over so frequently. How cold of you, doubting me when I'm saying I'm unwell. Don't you have any compassion? I just hope my grandchild doesn't take after you. That's a terrible thing to say about your grandchild's mother. I'm just being honest. I'm just asking if you could reduce how often you call Tom over. Only contact him when you're really sick. Or hey, I could come over and see you instead. You'll be busy with the baby. It's better if I ask my son. Actually, I might be better at taking care of you than Tom. I used to be a nurse after all. You knew that, didn't you? I could tell just by looking at you how sick you really are. No, thank you. Seeing your face would probably make me feel worse. Well, that's rather rude, but I might be able to help you get better faster than Tom. I prefer my son's care. I'm sure you do. Actually, there is something else you could do. Could you drop off a package at the post office for me? Tomorrow or the day after would be fine. I'm pregnant, you know. A bit of exercise is good for pregnant women. I'm far too anemic to go out. That's about all you can do to help. And you can't wait until Tom visits next? It's rather urgent. A birthday gift for my sister. The sister who lives 3 states away? Yes, that's the one. Very important. Right. Even though I'm pregnant, I'll do my best. You make pregnancy sound like such a burden. It can be, especially in the last month. I carried Tom for 9 months without complaining once. How fortunate for you. You must have had a very smooth pregnancy, but every pregnancy is different. Come to think of it, Lucy, your due date is next week, right? And Tom's going to be there for the delivery. Yes, that's right. You've already discussed it with him. Of course we have. He's excited to be there. I see. It'll be tough, but good luck. Why do I feel like you're planning something? Planning? I'm just concerned for my son and grandchild. Your timing seems suspicious. You're always so suspicious of me. Can't imagine why. A good daughter-in-law would be more respectful. And a good mother-in-law would be more considerate. I'm always considerate. Like making a pregnant woman run errands. If you don't want to help, just say so. I'll do it, but this is the last favor. We'll see about that. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing at all. Just make sure the package gets there safely. Tom, are you on your lunch break?
Yes, what's wrong?
The contractions are getting stronger. I think I'm going to go into labor earlier than expected. Tom, when do you think you'll get to the hospital?
I'm leaving work now. Give me 20 minutes.
Please hurry. The doctor says to come in now. I'll be waiting for you.
Well, I just left work, but...
But what?
I sent Mom a text letting her know you were in labor. She immediately messaged back saying she needs me to come over right away.
You've got to be kidding me. What is it? Don't tell me. She's sick again?
She says she's got a high fever and is bedridden.
Even at a time like this?
She keeps messaging me, says it's really bad this time.
Of course she does.
She says she's really not feeling well. You still have some time before the birth, right? I was thinking I could stop by Mom's place first, then head to the hospital. Would that be okay? I'll leave her place as soon as possible.
Are you serious right now? Tom.
I know, but I won't take long.
Wait, hold on. I'm already in labor here. Please come straight to the hospital.
But I'm worried about Mom, too. I'll just check on her quickly and then come straight to the hospital.
Your child is about to be born.
You're still a few minutes apart, right? I'll make it in time.
No way. She'll find a way to keep you there. You'll miss the birth.
I'll definitely make it to the hospital. Mom wouldn't keep me for hours on a day like this. She usually feels better just seeing my face.
That's not going to happen. Your mom is trying to sabotage you being there for the birth. That's her whole plan.
What? What are you talking about? Mom's sick. She's been throwing up all morning, apparently.
And you believe that? Look, I hate to say this, but your mom has been faking her illnesses. Come on, you must have realized by now.
Faking?
I love how kind you are, but this is getting ridiculous. Think about it. Isn't it strange how she keeps getting different illnesses one after another in such a short time?
Is it?
Of course it is. If she was really this sick constantly, she'd have some serious underlying condition. but she hasn't even been hospitalized. She hasn't even been to a doctor, has she?
I never thought about it that way.
Has she ever shown you any actual medical documents proving her chronic illnesses?
That's true.
Plus, whenever I see her, she's perfectly fine and healthy. And isn't it strange that she only ever calls you? Why not me, an actual former nurse?
Maybe she's being considerate since you're pregnant.
Tom, please, think about this logically. Have you ever seen her take any medication? Not over-the-counter stuff, but actual prescription medicine.
No, I haven't.
Exactly.
Now that you mention it, it is weird that there's no prescription medication at home, especially with all these supposed chronic conditions.
That's because she never went to the doctor. She didn't need to, because she's not actually sick.
She really was faking, but why would Mom lie about something like this?
Because she wants your attention. That's literally the only reason.
Using fake illnesses for something like that? She's a grown woman. I don't think she'd do something so childish.
She's not acting like one. She doesn't like me, Tom. She thinks she's winning by taking you away from me. And just to be clear, I'm not exactly fond of her either.
Really? Wait, are you two not getting along?
Another contraction. I'd really like to have this conversation at the hospital. But to summarize, we're about as friendly as two people who passive-aggressively snipe at each other can be. Want to see your text messages? The words are polite, but the hostility is pretty obvious.
I had no idea.
God, Tom, you're a sweetheart, but you can be so naive sometimes. You don't know how to doubt people at all, and you're falling for such obvious lies.
But she really did seem sick.
That's called acting. I'm the one who's actually unwell right now, since I'm about to push a baby out of my body.
Are you okay? Is the baby coming soon?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Just breathe, honey. It'll be okay.
Just get here, Tom, but first, I'm going to send you some photos right now. Look at them.
What are they?
I have proof your mom's been faking. Look at these and wake up already. You need to realize what she's really like. Lucy, are you all right? I heard your contractions started. You're finally having the baby. Yes, I'm at the hospital now. Too bad Tom won't be able to be there for the delivery. It's such a shame. What makes you so sure about that? Because he's coming here instead of there. He cares more about me than you. Shows you he really worries about most, his mother. You really think you've won, don't you? He's on his way to me right now. Hate to burst your bubble, but your son knows you're faking. Oh, and he's already here at the hospital? What? So you can stop waiting for him. He's not coming to your house. You might as well get out of bed now. I bet you're just lying there waiting for him to show up. That's ridiculous. What are you talking about? I'm not faking. But you don't actually have a fever, do you? How dare you accuse me? Don't just make assumptions. I really am sick. We're way past assumptions. These are facts. There are no such facts. Oh, really? Then what was that all about? What are you talking about? You're not even trying to deny it properly. Well, I don't need to deny anything. Remember when you made me run your errand to the post office the other day? While you were supposedly bedridden? Well, I found something interesting during that time. You had no right to snoop around my house. What? Just spit it out. Your medical checkup results? They were left open on your TV stand. What? You didn't look at them, did you? They were right there in plain sight. Those were private. What do you mean private? They were lying right there wide open. And guess what? All results normal. You're perfectly healthy. What happened to all those chronic conditions? The anemia, the respiratory problems? That checkup was from when I was feeling better. The exam was just from a week ago. That must have been someone else's results. They sent me the wrong paperwork. Come on, that excuse is really pushing it. Just be honest. The asthma, the anemia, it was all lies, wasn't it? It wasn't lies. Then prove it. Show us proof of your illness. Or better yet, go to the hospital tomorrow with Tom and get a full checkup. Respiratory, blood work, everything. Why should I have to do that? Because without proof, Tom won't be on your side anymore. Are you okay with him abandoning you? Abandoning me? He would never. When I found those test results, I took photos. I was saving them for the next time you pulled your fake illness routine. I just sent those photos to Tom. Why would you do such a thing? You should have minded your own business. This became my business when you tried to keep my husband from his child's birth. I wasn't trying to manipulate him. Excuse me? It's just, after he got married, he hardly came over to visit anymore. I was lonely. So you decided to ruin one of the most important moments of our lives. You try to interfere with him being present for his child's birth? This is a really important day for Tom and me. You get that, right? It's not like he can do anything during the delivery anyway. What difference does it make if he's there or not? That's not the point. Being there for the birth was Tom's idea. He wanted to be present. He's going to be so disappointed hearing you say things like that. Did he really go to you without even responding to my messages? He just ignored me? Yes, he did. Tom chose me over you. No. I actually gave Tom a good talking to earlier. With a baby on the way, he needs to step up. I told him he needs to stop letting you manipulate him. You turned my son against me. It's perfectly natural for a son to care about his mother. Tom was just being deceived by you. It's pathetic that you couldn't even see through such obvious lies. Don't you dare talk about my son like that. A wife who speaks ill of her husband doesn't deserve him. You should divorce him right now. I criticized Tom because I love him. I criticized Tom because I love him. I called him out because he needs to realize that his life is with me and our child now. He needs to understand what that means. You think you know what's best for my son? How dare you act so high and mighty? What are you implying? My son doesn't belong to you. Let me make this clear. I am his life partner now, not you. I carried him in my womb. But he's chosen a different path now. When Tom married me, we committed to sharing our lives together. Parents have to let their children go eventually. Marriage doesn't break the parent-child bond. The bond between mother and child is the strongest, deepest connection there is. Maybe it's time you found other connections in your life. Of course that bond exists, but what you have isn't a bond, it's control. And Tom has decided to break free from it. You forced him away from me, didn't you? My son would never abandon me. But Tom's already said he won't come running anymore when you call. He won't enable your behavior anymore. And that's his decision, not something I forced him into. My sweet boy would never say such cold things. You must be manipulating him. Scream all you want. We don't have time for this anymore. Wait, I'm coming to the hospital right now. Don't bother coming. We won't see you. Besides, my contractions are getting stronger and I can't deal with this right now. You can't keep me from seeing my son. Don't ignore me. We need to talk about this properly. Tom must be there. Tell him to respond to my messages. Yes, Tom is your son, but he's about to become a father. Don't you think this is the perfect opportunity for him to graduate from having a manipulative mother? This isn't over. Actually, it is. The baby's coming. Goodbye, Sarah. Later, with Tom by my side, I safely gave birth to a healthy baby girl. Sarah, whose fake illnesses had been exposed, eagerly came to the hospital the next day. She probably wanted to get back in Tom's good graces, bringing an expensive fruit basket with her. However, Tom refused to see her. He sent her away. He had to be tough this time. Maybe seeing our baby's face changed something in him. True to his word, Tom has kept his distance from his mother since then. Sarah seems to have lost her sense of purpose. Aside from the whole mother-in-law situation, Tom is an ideal husband. He's very helpful with housework and childcare, which I really appreciate. Though I'm still adjusting to being a new mom, I'm living a happy life with Tom. Moving forward, the three of us will work together to build a warm and loving home.